The biggest thing is just taking each individual to be selfless, to give towards the team, towards the goal. Kenny's preach, ball movement, pace, continue to cut, slide, whatever those things are. So for us, it's continuing to do it for each other, and that's what you're seeing, throughout these games.
So it was kind of raggedy for you, like foul trouble. Same with Darius. To that point, how important is it to have Karras come in, George come in, Sam, whatever? Everybody's kind of stepping up.
The biggest thing too is there was no. I mean, yeah, I was mad. I was in foul trouble, but I wasn't really worried. I think that's, like I said, the trust you have in everybody. Ty Jerome's been phenomenal for us. Karras has been great. Everybody, Dean, Sam, George, everybody's done their part. So even when we're in those situations, I think last game the bigs were in foul, or Evans and DG were in foul trouble. Now it's me and DG. And we blew the lead to 20. So that's the trust. That's the trust within the group. And obviously I don't plan on being in foul trouble every game, but that's the trust you have, and understanding that that nights like tonight happen, but we can continue to be the team we want to be with whoever's on the floor.
What are you seeing from DG as far as just getting into the paint, and like I was telling him, he's in there with the trees and trying to draw fouls and stuff?
Yeah, being aggressive. I think the biggest thing you're seeing out of him is decisiveness. Even if he's in there and it's a turnover, it's all right. This is what I'm going to do. This is how they're playing. I'm going to read it. I think that's what you're starting to see. That's who he's been. His whole career, and I think last year kind of got exaggerated. He had a up and down year, but this is who he is. This is who he's been. This is who he's been before I got here, and I think now you're just starting to see him just get back to playing the way he has been, and it's great to see.
How beneficial is it to move the ball with the pass rather than with the dribble? It seems like everybody just knows where each other's going to be.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Is, it makes the offense so unpredictable. If it's going to be me, it's going to be DG, it's going to be Ev, Karras, Ty, Max, Dean, whoever's going to be George. It's just consistent movement, consistent flow. And the biggest thing too is we're doing it through the physicality. The game got choppy, free throws, fouls, different things, but they made a run. Are we going to continue to be that team? That's the biggest challenge. It's easy to do that when it's free flowing, but when it gets rough, gets physical, that's what the playoffs are going to be. Are we still going to be that team that wants to do that on a consistent basis? And we're showing that, but we keep saying it. It's only 6 games. We don't win it. We're not winning the championship here in November. So it's great to see, but we got to continue to be that team.
I know it's only 6 games, but the list of teams that have started the season 6-0 with
Don't do it. Don't you do it.
But with a plus 100-point differential through 6 games, it's like 17 since the 60s. When you re-signed here, is this the vision you had of the potential of this team?
Yeah, you knew what we had in this locker room. I think the biggest thing is just continuing to develop. Evan Mobley's not the same player he was 2 years ago. Darius Garland is exactly who he has been, and I think you look at J.A. has improved, Karras has improved, Dean Wade has improved, Isaac Okoro's improved, I've improved. That you don't just trade for someone 3 weeks before camp and then think it's supposed to just. We benefited. We won 49 games the first year, and then the second year we won 46 or whatever. But that takes time. The Boston Celtics took 8 years. 7 years to win a championship. Hopefully it doesn't take 7 years, but the goal, that's what you got to improve. You got to find ways to continue to build, and at the end of the day, when I re-signed here, the biggest thing was we knew each other. Obviously when you have Kenny in, it's all right, we have a new system, but we know we want to be selfless for the group, and that's what you're starting to see.
How do you characterize the importance of your second unit?
Necessary. We aren't who we are. We're starters. We're solid. We're good. But when you have a bench unit that continues to not only keep a lead but push a lead, that makes you so tough as a team. It goes every night. It's somebody different. Every night it's somebody different, and everybody's consistent. And I think that's what you're seeing on offense, but also on defense. Sam Merrill's been guarding us behind off, at the point of attack. Sometimes he's getting fouled, but he's put in there for George Niang, guys who you consider, they the best defenders, no, but they're doing their part. Karras LeVert's been phenomenal. Ty Jerome, then our bigs coming up and, when they're in with the bench unit, helping and having each other's back. We're rebounding. We're doing all the little things necessary. And then offensively, we're moving and playing well. So my biggest thing to everybody is let's just continue, and I'm going to go 82 now. I'm joking. But that's the goal. Just continue to build habits. And that's what you're saying.
Hey, back to Evan for a second. Kenny was saying before the game that Evan Mobley keeps him up at night in a good way, because he can envision the potential. Are you seeing the Evan Mobley that you envision?
100%. And I think this is the bare minimum. I tell him this, this is at minimum, this is who he should be. You know what I mean? He wins, he's first team all defense at the age of 20, 21, whatever it is. Like, you know, at minimum, this is who you are. And there's so many layers to his game that he hasn't even unlocked yet. So for us, especially with Kenny, I gotta give Kenny a lot of credit and the staff, like just finding ways to put him in positions to succeed. And also, you know, for all of us, understanding that he's a big piece for us moving forward. And, you know, if we want to be a championship contender, he's a big, big part of that. So it's great what you're seeing in these first 6 games. But I tell him the same thing I tell everybody, like, all right, like, this is cool, you know what I mean? But like, let's continue to build it. And then when your shot's not falling, your floater's not falling, what are you resorting back to? You know, what do you continue to? So just building those good habits. But this is who he is, and I think this is from here on out. This is like the floor of what he is, and I think he can only get better.
What about a guy at the very start like LT? Who are you able to enjoy those moments of first bucket for Luke Travers?
Man, that was dope. I mean, he spoke for the first time. I think I've heard him ever since I've been here. No, it was great. He has a great feel for the game. You see him, the passes he's making, you know, understanding that he gets the ball in the wind, let's come up, pitch it uphill, trying to set a screen and roll, like doing little things like as a rookie, you know, you don't necessarily always see. So it's great to see that, and you know, he's gonna be a good player. You know, just continue to figure it out and get better. But it's great to see that in his first opportunity to get out there, not only score but also impact the game in a lot of different ways.
How about his block?
Last question.
You were mimicking his block.
Yeah, man. He's athletic. He surprised me. You know what I mean? I think for us, it's just great to see that. And like I said, he's going to be a great player. You know, he's still figuring things out. And hopefully I can get him to speak a little bit more too. But it's been great.